Hi, Andrew. Are you with me, Andrew?
Yes, Smithy, how are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for waiting.
My pleasure. If you were to invest $2.3 million, would you expect the result?
You'd reckon?
2021-22 budget, I just Googled, $2.3 billion was set aside for suicide prevention. We've gone from 7 men a day to 8 men a day.
Nothing's changed. It's got worse.
It's got worse. So what's the definition of insanity? To keep doing what you're doing, expecting a different result.
Yep.
You cannot legislate, Smithy, for suicide prevention. But I've attempted 8 times in my life. And I want to give a shout out to Ted and tell him how sorry I am that his son didn't get the help. Mate, last year, when I contacted you about that domestic violence situation, I actually went to a mental health, New South Wales mental health office in Parks, and they wouldn't even let me in the door because I had my 4 assistance animals with me.
Yeah.
This is wrong. You and I and Pastor Lee, we can change it. Every person listening to this radio program, we can change this by loving each other, caring for one another, finding the things that we have in common, not things that divide us and break us up.
Yeah, we had a terrible COVID pandemic at one stage, which they moved mountains to control. Yet now we have an epidemic in male suicide, and no one's moving a mountain.
Mate, we've had an epidemic for years. I was on the front lawn of Parliament House in 2023 when they did the men's mental health day, suicide prevention. Do you know how many politicians turned up for 2,500 pairs of shoes on the front lawn of Parliament House?
How many?
Not one. The next weekend, there was a truckie rally because they had 51 deaths in their industry in 12 months.
Yeah.
There were 2 senators and a local member from Canberra, a federal member from Canberra, at that rally. What are we paying our politicians for, my friend?
How would they dare argue the inequality associated with that number?
Exactly.
That's just gross.
It is disgusting. Apparently, this year, Pauline Hanson was the only politician that went out to that rally this last year.
It doesn't surprise me.
Mate, our government is not governing for Australians. Our government is governing for the WHO and the United Nations. And it's about time they woke up that Talkback's back and we're going to take our country back.
Good stuff. Mate, I've got to leave it there. I've got to get to a news update. Thank you for calling in. Well said.
Pleasure.